Hey friends, welcome to the page. I'm Ken Smith and I'm really excited about this next video. Jerry built this Model A from the ground up in just 18 months. He did all of the woodwork himself. He's a cabinet maker, and so those skill sets really shine in this vehicle. You're going to be really impressed with everything about the body and the construction of this vehicle and how he went about it. So let's get into it right now.
So I'm here with Jerry right now. Now he's got an amazing vehicle. We're gonna walk around it. We're gonna find out exactly what Jerry did. So Jerry, 1930 Ford Model A.
Actually, this is a 1930.
1930 Ford Model A. And you built this almost from the ground up.
That's correct.
All right, so let's take a look at this, because I find this just absolutely amazing. Now, are you a carpenter by trade?
I build cabinets and furniture.
Okay, all right. So this came a little bit easier than
Yes.
than like a guy like me who just barely knows how to use a saw. But the woodwork on this is absolutely incredible. So the woodwork on this is absolutely incredible. Tell me what kind of wood you use to build this body.
This is all white oak that's on the body of the vehicle.
Okay.
The plans you can take an order from a company called Wagon Works. Back during the time that the Model A's were built, Ford never really built any of the wooden bodies. They built the same thing that they do like today. You can buy a Ford, still today you can buy a Ford what's called cabin chassis. So Ford sold the chassis and from the cow out, which is the painted green part.
Right.
And then other companies would build all of the other bodies. So when you take a look around at all the Model T's or the Model A's that have wooden bodies, those were done by another company other than Ford.
Right, other coach builders and
Right.
whatnot. But you built this body.
I did.
Yeah, so let's talk about the body. Now, one of the things that I noticed that was unique with your vehicle is the header.
Yes.
So
the sun visor.
yeah, so the header, over the windshield and whatnot. So is this like is the cowl just from a standard car?
The cowl forward is from can either be from a truck body or a sedan body.
Okay.
And then the wooden body is attached to that.
Okay. All right.
And where that's located is right up here. If you look at the front of the body.
And you did this all out of white oak.
Yes. Well, there is some copper in the door.
Okay. So the seat. Talk to me about the seat, because that looks a little comfy, a little modern.
Yes, it's actually a cut-down sedan seat.
Okay.
The interior width, because of the thickness of the wood, is a little short, so the seat had to be cut down to be placed in here width-wise.
Okay. So the inside is a little narrower than a typical sedan would be.
That's correct, because the sedan would be made out of sheet metal and smaller thickness of wood on its interior.
Now, is that typical of all of the wood style bodies, or just this one?
Most any of the wood style bodies are going to be a little narrower on the inside.
Okay.
They're wider on the outside.
Gotcha.
And again, that's due to the fact, if you look here, I mean, this is like about 2 inches to 2.5 inches thick here.
Okay. And so is this, this looks like a 1x material?
The outside is.
The outside?
And there's a couple of pieces laminated here.
Okay. And then plywood?
This is
Cabinet grade, I would imagine?
Cabinet grade plywood.
Okay. All right. And then, so talk to me about the doors, because obviously you've got windows on the doors.
Yes, there's crank up windows inside the doors. So.
Okay. And did you use a regular Model A
all the
window regulator?
Yeah, all the regulators and everything are standard Model A.
All right. And then what about this?
This comes from the same company that sells the plans.
Okay.
It's almost like gate artwork, truthfully.
Yeah, it kind of looks that way. But it looks like a regular Model A door handle.
But regular Model A door handles on the outside. Yeah.
All right, gotcha. And then, So you built this body.
Yes.
Okay. How long?
Took me about 18 months from the time I started to the time it was finished.
18 months.
Right.
As in like 1 year and 6 months.
That's correct.
Okay. So I'm already blown away. And then did you do the stenciling? Did you have that done?
Well, this is actually, if you're familiar with cars that race and they wrap them, this is actually a wrap.
Okay.
This part.
Gotcha. And then, so how thick is the plywood?
This is 3/4.
Okay, 3/4 inch plywood.
This is quarter on the top.
Okay. And is that an insert that pops out if you wanted fresh air to come through? Or?
No, this is not removable.
Okay. All right.
The plans, you could actually build 2 configurations. You could build what this is called a wagon,
Right.
and without this piece in here, and you make it a pickup truck.
Yeah.
A covered pickup truck.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the back door. So the first thing I noticed when I saw this with the doors closed was the oval windows. And so did you have these custom made?
No, I made them and then went to a regular glass place
Okay.
and had them cut the glass for me to put into the rubber.
Okay. And then spare tires underneath.
Spare tires underneath.
Okay.
This frame is actually elongated. Most of the people that build this version of vehicle, there's no frame from the rear axle to the back of the vehicle. And in my case, I didn't want that to ever have a problem.
Right.
So there's a welded on
So you have a welded on section
for extension frame.
for the extension of the frame.
And
About
then-
how much is that? About 2 feet or so?
Well, about two and a half feet. It runs
Okay.
from the rear axle to the back of the vehicle.
Gotcha.
And then the spare tire works just like any standard new pickup would, where it cranks up and down.
Okay. All right. And then the trunk. I'm guessing since you're kind of a woodworker, you built the trunk.
I did.
And then, so the roof, I noticed individual boards running fore and aft, as well as side to side. What is the roof made out of?
The roof is made out of marine plywood,
Okay.
and it was cut into inch and a quarter strips, and
Okay.
each strip was individually put on.
Okay.
And then the roof itself has insulation in it before the vinyl is put on to try to keep it cooler in there.
Okay. So you have. So do you have that padding?
Yes,
Up there as well?
There's padding. So if you touch it, there's padding.
Okay.
Underneath the padding is insulated.
Okay. But the roof is solid.
Solid.
We've got a nice solid roof on there. And then again, the bumpers and all of that you handmade.
Yes.
Wow. And I'm still blown away that it's 18 months.
Yeah.
So how often do you drive it?
I'm at a driving club.
Okay.
We drive everywhere.
All right.
If you're familiar with Mark magazine, last year this vehicle was up in the UP for the national meeting that was held up there.
Right.
We go to most of the nationals that are around the country.
Okay.
So, and then we also do drives locally.
Okay. And so I'm kind of curious for someone who would build something like this. How did you title it? Did you title it as a truck?
Well, used to be in Michigan anyway. There were several different configurations for Model A titles.
Okay.
When I titled this one, it had to be titled, believe it or not, as a sedan.
Okay.
Because they only have 3 options anymore for titles here.
Gotcha. I see. And then how long have you owned this?
About 6 years.
About 6 years, right? So I noticed that you had a book
Yes.
with some pictures.
Yes.
And could you show us what it might have looked like when you first started?
This is what it looked like when we first started. And
So a frame and a cowl.
frame and a cowl.
Okay.
And that's what we started with. The fenders I threw away, the hood I threw away, the cowl I kept.
Wow. And you you just went from there.
I saw you guys in the parking lot.
And this is absolutely breathtaking.
We had to remove the firewall because it was shot. Put a new firewall in it.
Right.
Had to put patch panels in it, which are the lower section of it. This is the beginning of the wooden frame
Okay.
for the vehicle. This is actually the back area, which you see where that had the trunk.
Gotcha.
And these are just assembly pieces as we progressed. This is after painting, of course, for the front.
Right.
You can see the car starting to take shape.
Yes.
Your trunk is gorgeous too. Yeah.
I had this thing on a dolly, as you can see here,
Right.
so that way I could take it in and out of the building to work on it.
Okay.
And
Also, you have a red so people don't hit their head on it. Very neat.
and one of the features that I didn't like, if you go up to the front of the car, I didn't like the openness of the A-pillar.
Uh-huh.
So I made another piece that completely covers it, and it's kind of hard to tell from this photograph, but if you go up to the front of the car, it looks more finished.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I had noticed almost immediately. It just had a very finished feel to it.
Yeah, this is the bolting up to the vehicle, bolting up, matching the chassis to the body.
Mm-hmm.
And instrumentation. This is the seat that you asked about after it was cut down. Putting the seat together.
So you used a regular old Model A seat, just
Yeah, I just cut it down.
just cut it down.
But yeah,
Got to do what you got to do.
make it fit.
Yeah.
Right.
So 6 years you've owned it. How many miles a year do you drive it?
Probably somewhere around 2,000 miles a year, probably.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of road tripping.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many people have offered to purchase it off of you?
I haven't had one yet.
No, not really. Huh? Wow. I'm surprised because it's absolutely beautiful. Can we take a look at the driver's side? And I'm curious, how much of the seat did you shorten the width by?
About 3 inches.
Okay. So two of me probably wouldn't fit in it.
Oh yeah.
No, this is just absolutely beautiful.
This does have some safety features in it.
Uh-huh. Seat belts?
Has seat
Yeah.
belts. The right side rear light, turn signals.
Mm-hmm.
The display at the top is for a rear camera that's built into the back bumper.
Okay. So one thing I did notice that I don't see is weather stripping. And so,
Well, the way that's done is here.
okay.
Everything is done in such a way that water can't come into the vehicle.
Okay. All right. I love these covers. Did you make those?
Yeah, I actually had those made for me.
Okay. And it just obviously makes it a little comfortable to get the arm out.
Right, and it also keeps the wood from getting the oils on it. And then these come off when the windows go up.
Gotcha. Okay. And this is that finished edge that you were referring to in the photo.
Yeah, right here. This piece right here.
Yep. Yeah, and I think on a lot of the, and I'll stand to be corrected, but I think a lot of the other Woodies I see, this is metal.
Some of the station wagons are, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then what about the power plant?
It's a standard motor from Henry Ford.
Okay.
The only thing that's different on it does have an alternator rather than a jet.
Sure. And did you take the cowl lights and convert those to turn signals?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yep.
That's why the orange reflectors go.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And then any other modifications to the driveline, drivetrain?
No, that's all period.
That's all stock, huh? Okay. Man, this is just an absolutely beautiful vehicle. I was just overwhelmed when I saw it, and I'm like, man, I've got to meet the owner, got to talk to him. Jerry, thank you so much.
you.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you have a great day.
You too.
So friends, I really hope you enjoyed that video. I know I was so inspired when I saw that. If you are even thinking about possibly getting into this hobby and not sure just what your skill sets are or what you can or can't do, this might be an option for you. If you have some talent and you're able to do some woodwork, and you may know someone who does some woodwork, maybe it can be a kind of a combined effort, maybe a father, son, an uncle, brother, you know, it just doesn't matter. There's lots of options here, and I hope this one really inspired you, because it definitely inspired me. I know that I have a friend who is a master woodworker, and I think it would be a fun project if we built a car together. And so anyhow, I hope that inspired you. Have a wonderful day. Remember to give us a like and a subscribe. It really is important to us, but more than anything else, be blessed.